we lost out. We didn't get it done. We didn't sign CJ Gardner-Johnson. But I'm not too worried. Not too worried at all. I have more spots on this team, specifically on that defense, that I am worried about. And with that said, best of luck to Gardner-Johnson over in Detroit. Interesting. There's definitely more to the story here than just we couldn't get it done with him, or something along those lines. To take a 1-year deal, $8 million. You're going to the Lions. That's a good spot right now. I feel like they could be a potential wild card or a threat to the Vikings in that division, especially with Aaron Rodgers potentially, most likely, definitely going to New York. So, yeah, it's interesting, and best of luck to him. I'm still just very surprised that that's really it. I'm more worried about the defensive front right now. Isaac Seumalo also left. Congrats to him. I forget where he went. I think to some AFC team. I don't remember where, but he's gone. Not too worried about that either. But either way, I'm more worried about pass rush, the linebackers. Reed Blankenship is solid. He performed pretty darn well in relief of, what's his name, CJ Gardner-Johnson in those last 5 games. Not to mention, there is a certain Jalen Mills out there who could be, if we had to have a weak link, could be the weak link over there at strong safety. I'm just saying. I don't know. He's familiar with us, and we're familiar with him. And we know what he's worth. We know what he can do. He's not the worst player we've ever had. He's not the greatest either, but he'll be solid for a year. And I fully expect the Eagles to go more defensive than offensive in this draft. I mean, you need pass rushers and linebackers, safeties now. Like, to be fair, it was one or the other. It's either you get Bradbury and the Gardner-Johnson back and you let Slay walk. You get Slay and Gardner-Johnson, or you let Bradbury walk, or you let Gardner-Johnson walk. And we decided to keep one of the best duos at cornerback together, especially with the Dolphins and now with the Cowboys and their duo over there at cornerback with the recent trade that they made. And they just got Brandon Cooks, which that was really interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Definitely isn't no DeAndre Hopkins, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, I like where the Eagles are at right now. The main threat to the Eagles in the NFC is 100% the 49ers. And even them, I'm not too worried about personally. They got a really good defensive front, but I'm not afraid of that offensive line and that quarterback fiasco with now Sam Darnold over there. I'm not very afraid of them. We will deal with them, if not once, maybe twice next season. We're both definitely playoff teams, and I give them respect despite everything that happened and how I reacted to the championship game. At least they didn't get Slay. At least they didn't get Gardner-Johnson. They took Hargrave, but it's whatever. We know that their defensive line is the strongest part of their team outside of Christian McCaffrey and Debo in the backfield and catching balls outside. And at the end of the day, I'm really interested to see what the Eagles do moving forward, considering that the NFC right now, there's only 2 real juggernauts, and I'm talking about them right now, the Eagles and the 49ers. And you know how I feel about the 49ers. The AFC is really going to be interesting this upcoming season. We still have the rest of free agency, OTAs, the draft, training camp, preseason. So there's a lot to go. And until then, I mean, I got the Phillies. Trey Turner's been killing it. He's been killing it in the baseball classic. I mean, 2 more home runs tonight after the grand slam the other night. So I'm feeling real good as a Philly fan about where I'm at. How do you guys feel about CJ Gardner-Johnson leaving? Let me know. I'll see you all later.